That takes us to the end of this special Retail Innovation Club event. Thanks so much for joining us. Please stay on for some closing remarks from Retail Innovation Club Managing Director Oren Paran and all the way from New York, Khorsad, Israel, Stephen Winnik.
Okay, Stephen,
Oren,
again.
what an amazing event. Wow.
I haven't seen such good technology in a long time, and it's really moving forward fast. We've seen how many amazing innovations are coming along, and how did you see it? Did you see anything interesting?
Oh man, like I mean the solution areas were so from supply chain to last mile to RFID to drone to last mile. It really didn't feel like I just saw 34 sessions at all. And I'm happy you recorded it so I can rewatch it after this.
Absolutely. And I'm sure everyone would be able to see it again for the next 2 weeks. We have still everything, all the videos on demand on the platform, and all the exhibition is open. So everyone are invited to come along for the next 2 weeks and keep on visiting the event platform. I also see a lot of advancement since last year around maturity of companies, around the way startups are focusing right now on really must-have solutions on the needs of the industry. And you can see how companies are able to, grow and expand even in such a challenging times. So I really have a great hope for next year, and that we're going to see a lot of interesting things coming. But I might just give you the stage to hear what were your thoughts around today. So take it from here.
Yeah, thanks, Oren. Just wanted to say, for us, we are extremely, appreciative to have this partnership and to collaborate on this event and work with RIC and yourself. We feel that, the Israel landscape, covering that and understanding the technologies that are there are really quintessential for innovation today. So without that, we wouldn't be covering the gamut of what's out there and how we can help the larger retailers, brands, tech companies innovate, stay competitive, and adjust to changing times. So thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What an incredible event today. Just want to start by thanking Oren and the Retail Innovation Club for having CoreSite join as a partner. It was a pleasure to support this annual conference and to be partners with you guys on multiple other projects. So thank you for including us. Just to recap some of the themes and trends and companies we've seen today. Over the last 6 months, we can't deny that this global pandemic has led to the mass digitalization of retail. And many of the technologies we heard today are going to help retailers, solve that gap, bridge that gap between what they currently have in terms of technology and what the consumer is demanding. And we're honored to be a part of Retail Innovation Club, to be partners with them because in our research, we found that, Israel is quickly becoming one of the hottest beds of innovative technologies and ecosystems for retail tech. We're seeing funding activity pick up over the past year, which has played an integral role in defining some of the success of these early stage companies. We just saw one of the companies that presented today, Site AI. They just closed a Series B this month of $21.5 million. We saw Flytrex, an innovative drone company helping with delivery, partner with Walmart in their drone pilot program. So there's a lot of activity, whether it's new engagements or it's funding that is happening out of Israel. So for us at CoreSite, it's important that we, have these connections, we participate in these events, and we share this knowledge back with our audience. And it's all more important, as we emerge from, the COVID-19 pandemic, lockdowns, slump in retail sales worldwide. We believe these technological advancements will be even more critical for retailers advancing forward. So just for everyone that tuned in today or is viewing the recording, I've kind of selected three core themes from the startup solutions that presented today. So the first one, which is one of our key takeaways and one of our trends for 2020 at Coresight, is the need for automation. Undoubtedly, there is a increased need for automation in warehouses as consumers have shifted more of their spending to e-commerce from brick and mortar stores. And COVID's definitely been a tailwind to this shift. I think 7 in 10 are switching more of their spending to online was one of the stats I recently read. I was listening to actually a podcast the other day, the CEO of Shopify, who said that we're living in 2030 today. All the things that we had predicted in terms of consumer behavior relative to digital is happening today 10 years earlier than what we expected. So the need for automation is even more critical, as consumers are shifting their spending to online or demanding faster fulfillment times, and they're demanding faster shipping. And on the flip side, on the retail side, the retailers are looking for more cost-effective ways to fulfill, as well as quicker, more seamless, and efficient. So companies like Kaha Robotics that presented today are really helping retailers drive efficiencies in their warehouse robotics, helping them, pick, pack, and sort at another speed. The second theme is somewhat related, but it's last mile delivery, getting those products from the fulfillment center or from your local store to the customer. So the past, 6 months or so, we've actually seen a good uptick in drone deliveries in recent months to solve for these last mile delivery problems. And the drone delivery has always been like, okay, it's interesting, it's exciting, but what this is going to be 10 to 15 years away. We actually don't think that it's nearly that far away at all. And the main constraint, the past 2 to 3 years, even though we think some of the technology has been ready for adoption, has been regulatory framework not allowing for these drone deliveries. But over the past year or so, we've seen Walgreens, Walmart, Tesco, and Amazon all really invest time and money into these drone pilot programs. So we think that drone deliveries, autonomous robots will gain some prominent space, carve out some prominent space to help with these last mile deliveries. The third theme, which has always been quintessential to retailers and organizations, is data and analytics. We think just as cliche it is, data is the new currency, and it always has been. But I think retailers are really starting to realize the need for this actionable data, and how can they get visibility across what their consumers are doing online, in the store, and even where they're spending their time outside of their four walls or their online and four walls. So creating this 360 consumer view to better engage them, send targeted promotions, create lookalike audience for new customers, but then also data and visibility across their supply chain. I think some of the companies we heard from today are really opening up that door for the supply chain data, as well as the consumer data. Companies like Anagogue, RF Keeper, Trigo, OneBeat, and Hupo, to name a few, are helping provide that insight into in-store consumer behavior, which I think is the missing piece to a lot of what companies have today, as well as supply chain and inventory management. And one of the things that also struck me, a company like Anagogue, is just their focus on customer data privacy. Being GDPR compliant is one example, but I think that aspect, when we talk about collecting consumer data, should be at the top of every conversation. It will be critical for a retailer brand that's looking to partner with one of these guys. What is your data policy? Are you GDPR compliant? How are you collecting this data? Is there consent, et cetera? So I think that topic was definitely raised today, and should be at the top of those conversations. So to conclude, the startups that presented today are really, in our eyes, leading this next wave of advancement across supply chain, market intelligence, e-commerce, in-store technology, and we think the next few months will be critical for retailers due to the extent of the uncertainty happening. But at the same time, it's an interesting time for a lot of these innovative startups who are advancing their technologies and helping retailers not only stay relevant, and stay competitive, but also achieve growth. So, with that, just want to thank everyone that participated today, and Oren, and Retail Innovation Club team, for having CoreSite join the event. And yeah, without further ado, I'll pass it back over to Oren.
All right. Thank you very much, Steven. This was amazing, such a great and profound and really, really interesting. So I just want to thank you and for all the collaboration that we have and for your fantastic review for you and for all the team. And I mean, I would like just to finish this day and I would like to thank everyone, all those guys, everyone who supported this event, our partners, all the retail tech community. We're really looking forward for what's going to happen, but we really would like to thank you for everything we had and all the collaboration along the year. And firstly, I would like to say thanks to CoreSite Research, Deborah, Stephen, Mara, Winnik, and all the teams that supporting and partnering with us in different parts of this world and on different occasions. And we're always happy to do that and looking forward. Thank you for Amazon Web Services and Israel Innovation Authority, the Technion, Israel Institute of Technology, the Builders, Vintage Investment Partners, Shibboleth & Co., Brooks Care Financial Services, and of course to all the speakers, moderators that took the time and shared with us the insights and the knowledge along this super interesting day. And last but not least, I would like to say thanks to Yasmin Al-Ad, Head of Business Development and my partner of founding this club and all the IRC team. Thanks for all the hard work and the innovative spirit. Thank you, everyone, all those who participate and enjoy the rest of this evening. Thank you very much again and have a great event next year. Bye-bye.